What is up, everyone? This is me, Prasanna Balakrishnan, back again. This time for the match review of Chelsea 1, Real Madrid 3. As you would have noticed in my earlier photos, this is my um, paristiti or situation, however they would call it. And yeah, when both of your teams are letting you down, you really have to say, what wrong have I done in my past life? But yeah, it happens. Chelsea won Madrid 3 at Stamford Bridge today. First leg in the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. I got Manish Pro with me, a massive Real Madrid fan, as well as a Sunrisers Hyderabad fan. That also I have to tell. But yeah, he's been a very good friend of mine. We've been through Bharata and me. We have spoken a lot about cricket, football, movies. He's a very good friend of mine. His Instagram links in the description. You can go give him a follow. So 3-1 on in the first leg, albeit no away goals. So happy with the result, or you think you should have scored one or two more?
Definitely happy with the result. I think coming into the first leg, we all thought that Real was going to play for a draw, given that Chelsea, are a strong team at home, and it's always difficult getting the better of them at the bridge. And of course, with the kind of pressing that they display, I personally thought that our squad had a few loopholes to counter that, but thankfully King Benzema stepped up to the occasion and made most of every opportunity that he got, and it was just a master class. That is all I can say. Two brilliant headers, and then of course that one lucky chance of Mendy's fault that we had. He made the most of it as well. I think Benzema is making a habit of uh, you know getting those one-on-ones with the goalkeepers and scoring a goal in that particular fashion. I think it's becoming a habit for him now. Always a treat to watch that.
I mean, it's not just that. Wherever you put him, he somehow finds a way to score. I mean, and we'll come to that in a sec. But before I go into this review any further, if you're not to this channel, hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the bell notification to get notifications whenever I upload videos like this or go live. I will be doing a match review for CSK versus SRH on Saturday. It's an early game. It's a 5 a.m. game for me. So they want to they want me to lose my sleep also instead of losing just my happiness. So I'll be doing a match review for that. I'll also be doing a live watch along for Liverpool versus Manchester City, which is effectively the title decider on the Sunday. So keep your eyes peeled out for that. And so let's just go through the lineups. So Chelsea started with this Chelsea lineup in 3-5-2. I mean, that was kind of weird. Back three was expected, but the personnel were kind of weird because Christensen at this Christensen, I thought maybe Chalaba would have started, or maybe even Aspilicueta at centre back position, and Aspilicueta played at left wing back, so that was a big concern. And even Jorginho in the midfield, though I don't think has the legs. He's not quick compared to Kovacic's, and Pulisic and Havertz they're in the front two. Not sure it did work as per se, but still you would expect this team to actually put up a fight, and then you come on to Real Madrid's team. So I'll just put this team out so you can probably just go through it.
Well, yes, the same template that we've been following for so long, the evergreen midfield of Cruz, Casemiro, and Modric. I thought there could have been a few changes made in there because of the fact that we needed some elements in our midfield that could provide impetus, that could provide counter pressing capabilities. But of course, we saw Valverde coming in at the right wing, which of course was a great inclusion, I felt, in our team, because he brings that energy, and his work rate is just something else. He always makes sure that he covers for Carvajal, and also wins back important balls for us, makes crucial interceptions high up the pitch as well. So I think that was one crucial factor in our lineup today, the inclusion of Valverde. The back line, of course, Alaba, Militao, they have been a great pair this season. Thibaut Courtois, I think his coming back to the Stamford Bridge might have brought some bittersweet memories for you as well. He was great in between the sticks, like always. Furlong Mendy, I see him as someone who is not great attack wise, but he's a great defender, and he does make those occasional runs which can link play between him, Vinny Jr. and Benzema. So he's a great left back for us as well. Carvajal, he's had a patchy season, but he was great today. You know, making sure that he made interventions whenever possible. And Cruz and Modric, what can I say about them? Cruz, of course, hasn't had the best performances against teams like Chelsea and Manchester City, who believe in great attacking prowess. But he always has the vision to make those key passes alongside Modric and Casemiro. Of course, like we all know him to be the tank of the team, the great center defensive midfielder that we have. So now coming to the main man in our squad, Karim Benzema.
Yeah, we'll go on to that in a minute. So this was
Mhm,
about the team, and
mhm,
one of the main areas that Madrid exploited was Vinicius Junior. Before that, we had a chance. So what Kante did was he got the ball into Kai Havertz. So he was in the situation, and he should have made the most out of it. You see here, he actually can spot Pulisic here, but instead of that, he goes for the shot. And it is
right,
these sort of opportunities where you need to make things count. And then after that, we saw here is where Aspilicueta loses the ball. Look at Vinicius Junior where he starts, and look at Christensen. At this point, you would assume
right,
that even if Aspilicueta loses the ball, let me just enlarge this image. Okay, so even if Aspilicueta loses the ball, Christensen should have enough on Vinicius Junior so that he can cover him. Instead, what happens is they lose the ball, quick counter attack. Vinicius Junior is already here, finding in loads of space. He finds him. Christensen, for some reason, somehow slips, and that chance, Vinicius, I thought when he missed the chance,
right.
he hit the post. I
Yeah.
thought that was going to be one of those days. Were you thinking on the same lines, or were you thinking there is still a goal coming?
Well, yeah, it was unfortunate. The When he hit the crossbar, I was like, "Oh man, this is one of those rare occasions. I don't think we are going to get more chances with this Chelsea team. I don't think we are going to get enough opportunities to break their defense again." So I thought Winnie should have made it count, but after that we picked ourselves up quite well, and those few short crossing passes, I can call them, to Benzema, and him heading the goal, just brilliant.
I mean, that's the thing. We had that early warning, and Real Madrid, our team, even when they get one chance like that, they are going to score. Yes, they didn't score, but they'll keep on coming. They'll keep on coming. We were not alert, and you see for their first goal, the starting position of where Vinicius is. Look at Christensen. At this point, Christensen must be marking at Vinicius. So Vinicius gives it to Benzema. There's this 1-2. He loses his runner. He loses his runner. And look at
Right,
Benzema's position. At this point, Benzema is allowed a free run into the box. Vinicius just goes in. One look up. Look at Benzema here. Absolutely free in the middle. And when you leave someone of Benzema's caliber that free, I mean, look at that. He's so free. He could have gone
exactly.
home, eat a nice chicken curry, slept, and came. He would have still had the chance to score. And I mean,
Yes.
you can't give the chance to Benzema. And I think you can't. I mean, I don't want to blame Mendy here because he was a great header, but I still think he could have saved that. I mean, but Benzema, man, Benzema is just doing Benzema things.
Well, he has been absolutely brilliant. And the thing about Benzema is he's not your average central striker. He's always moving on the field. He's finding pockets of space. He's helping players link and make forward runs. And that is what is special about Karim Benzema. And when you showed me that image where Vinny was making a forward run and Benzema had space to run into, that is where he is most lethal. Someone like Karim Benzema, he knows exactly where he needs to be at what position and at what time. And I think Vinicius Junior and Benzema have this great rapport going on between them, and they have made the most number of goal contributions for Real Madrid. So that goes on to show the understanding that these two have in between them. And Karim Benzema, like you said, just did what he does best and headed it right inside.
And when you're thinking, okay, it's just one goal down, they didn't even allow us time to settle. Just 3 minutes later, again, this
Number two.
happens. That's the build up to this goal. Look at Modric's positioning. No, Jorginho should be marking Modric. And Benzema, look at where he starts. He's right in between Thiago Silva and Kante. Then the next frame you see, this is Modric. Now look at Benzema again. At this point in time, Thiago Silva is ahead of Benzema, and you should be marking him. And you cannot allow someone like that the space. Okay, mistake enough. You're allowing Modric, someone like Modric, that much space in the world. Didn't put in across. Fair enough. One mistake you made, but the next one, you look at this immediate next frame. Benzema goes in the back of Thiago Silva and he heads it in, and it's 2-0. It's these type
Right.
of small things that differentiates between an average striker and a top striker. I mean,
Exactly.
how do you even sum up that, man? It's just Luka Modric, man. I mean, just seeing him running that midfield is true poetry. I mean, you can be a fan of whatever team, but you have to applaud Luka Modric. Yes, he might be old, he might be this, he might be that, but when he is in full flow, there is no one stopping him.
Absolutely. I think being a CSK fan yourself, I think you should agree that people with experience, people with age are just gold for the team. And that is what Luka Modric is to our team as well. When you look at him, even in the 90th minute, he shows the same amount of energy that he does in the very first minute of the game. He's always there trying to, maintain pressure on the opposition and, making those important passes when we are in possession as well. And that assist was just brilliant. He always tries finding Benzema, and Benzema, I think, of course, Benzema, he had the most crucial part in creating, or I mean scoring that goal, but Modric finding Benzema was, of course, one key link as well. And like I said, Benzema, he always keeps moving, and that is what makes it so hard for defenders to judge where exactly he's going to be in the very next 2 to 3 seconds. And I think that is what quality is all about when it comes to Karim Benzema.
And that's the thing, right? Immediately afterwards, also they had a chance, but the only way we were going to attack Madrid is with crosses, because today, with the amount of crosses we put in, we didn't put that much of crosses. One, because our left hand side, Aspilicueta, was not overlapping the runs, which meant that crosses were only going to come from the right. And from the right, Reece James was not crossing it enough, because I think credit here has to go to Furlong Mendy and Vinicius Jr. for doubling up on Reece James. They didn't allow him to
Yeah,
cross that much. Vinicius, as much as he goes forward, he runs back and defends superbly. That is
yeah,
something that is something drilled into you by a top class manager like Carlo Ancelotti. I mean, you may say
exactly.
whatever about him, but he has still got it. And one of the opportunities here, this is just a corner, and this is where Thiago Silva is. So Thiago Silva doesn't even need to jump to get that header. If he gets that on target, probably it's 1-2. And
Right.
immediately, just 1 minute later, Jorginho has some space, puts this cross in, and Havertz gets his header in. And that is 2-1. And at that point, the tournament, we're right back in the game. And did you actually fear the worst, or were you thinking, okay, it's just one goal, but we'll get back?
No, of course, whenever there is a goal from the opposition, it's never, because the Madrid team, it's very shaky at times. It's very unpredictable. I've seen this in La Liga as well. They concede a goal and they go on to concede one more in very quick succession. So our defense, I think by this time Militao had already collected another yellow, and
Yeah.
he was
So
out of
he's
the
suspended
second
for the
leg.
next game.
Yeah, he was suspended for the next game. So that would, certain things would have played on the back of their minds, and that defense might have ended up being quite shaky, but thankfully that was not the case today. And Carvajal, he was also dipping in the center most times when attacks proceeded forward. I saw Carvajal and Furlong Mendy sort of just gluing together as a line of four. We didn't have a central defense line of just two. We had defense line of four at the end, because that is how Reece James and Aspilicueta as well were cutting in and trying to create something at the end of the box. So yeah, all in all, I think it was a great defensive effort as well.
Yeah, so that was 2-1. And immediately afterwards, no one would believe when you say Benzema missed this one. Because,
Oh yes,
but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's also human after all. I mean, when he scores two like that, you obviously, I mean,
right,
not that it's an excuse, but sometimes strikers do miss, and we have to give them that leeway. At that point, at halftime, it was 2-1. Chelsea made them changes. They brought on Kovacic, they brought on ZH, and you were thinking, okay, Chelsea were going to attack. The second half is going to be intense. You think
right,
Madrid are going to kind of defend a bit more, not too much, but they'll kind of defend a bit because that's what they'll try to do. They already have the lead. They don't need to go hell for leather for the third goal. They didn't need to go hell for leather for the third goal because Chelsea just
right,
gifted them on a plate. They always say you're the architects of your own downfall, and we Chelsea
right.
were most certainly the architects of our own downfall. At this
Oh my
position,
god.
I mean, anybody who is seeing this will think from this position will think either Mendy is going to clear it long or he'll take a touch and pass it to someone on that wing or pass it to Rudiger and he'll take it forward. Instead,
Right,
what he does, he chests it down and he tries to pass it to Rudiger. And at that point, Benzema's like, okay, I sniff an opportunity. Let's just go for it. And immediately next slide, this happens. Just like what Benzema did against Donnarumma in against the Paris Saint Germain. He sniffed a slight bit of danger and he went in and closed him down. And it was just a very easy finish. And at that point, it was game over. In fact, for me, in my opinion,
exactly.
the tie is over. I mean, obviously there is no away goals rule and there is always a chance. But when you come back into the game like that and then you give away a goal like this, I mean, this has been a problem with Edward Mendy. Yes, he's a fantastic goalkeeper. He's a great shot stopper and whatnot. But his ability with the feet is still shocking. I remember he gave a goal like this against West Ham as well. He gave away a
West
penalty.
Ham, yes.
Even I think to 1 or 2 weeks back, he gave away another goal like that, having a problem with his feet. I mean,
Mhm.
every time the ball goes to Mendy's feet, I just kind of shiver. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you gonna do? I mean, even there you had 1 or 2 other opportunities in that time where he nearly messed up with his feet. And when you give Benzema a goal like that, he's gonna be like, yeah,
He's just waiting for chances like those, and luckily for him, another chance came at his feet today. And yeah, that was really a poor mistake from Mendy. I think you would have expected something else out of that image that you showed me previously, and any Madrid fan would have thought the same, that Mendy would clear it long. And at that very moment, when I saw the goal going into the net from far away, I thought, okay, this game's in our bag. This is going to just deteriorate their mental capacity of taking this game forward, because that was a really poor chance given to us. So, and it so happened that from the very next instant, Madrid just showed more intent. I felt after that third goal, once Benz got his hat trick, we were just much more focused on defending, but we also had a fair share of the possession towards the end as well. So that goes on to show that we had our tactics set straight, and we also got the more crucial, important goals on the scorecard that we needed.
and immediately after that, not immediately after that, this happened. Thibaut Courtois pulled off an absolute worldie. Aspilicueta getting a shot, and that is heading towards the top corner. And Courtois dives around and gets his right fingertips to it. You may say whatever about him, snake or whatever, but he still got it. He's still one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He still has amazing shot stopping ability. His ability to judge crosses is second to none. I mean, there's some of the times he comes in crosses and just catches it like nothing has ever happened. I mean, that is just simply superb to see. And even after then, Chelsea had two chances. I mean, Lukaku, man, seriously, how is this guy? I mean, Inter Milan conned us for 100 million. I mean, they made us believe that this guy is 100 million striker, and we were all gassed up saying, "Oh yes, we got Lukaku, final piece of the jigsaw,
Yeah.
final piece of the puzzle. We were gonna win the league, this that." But when you miss chances like this, and at this point, it's not even 70 minutes up. If this goes in, there's still 20 minutes to go. Anything can happen. And even at that point, Madrid were not super attacking. They were just being a bit defensive and attacking on the counter whenever possible. And then it all summed up at the end when Ziyech missed this one. There's an opportunity made by Lukaku, and Ziyech just hits over the bar from this close range. And at that point, it was pretty much curtains. And to be honest, it is curtains for the time. In my opinion, I think Madrid should go through, and they will probably face Manchester City in the semi-final, because I don't think Atletico Madrid putting 11 men behind the ball are going to even get a shot on target. I mean, Atletico Madrid, man, yesterday. I mean, how? I mean, I don't understand that.
Simeone haram ball is what we call it, don't we?
I mean, you put 10 men behind the ball. Yes, I agree. You're looking for a draw. It's an away game, but they didn't have even one shot. Let alone a shot on target. They didn't even have one shot.
One shot, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just shocked looking at that stat, and I was like, what is this guy doing? And then I saw a few images making rounds on the internet showing their formation, and I was like, what is exactly Simeone trying to do here? I mean, there is a line of 5 and there's a line of 5 behind that. It's like literally playing 5-5-0. Like, really
That's what literally
surprising.
De Bruyne said. I've never come up against a team who have played 5-5-0. I wouldn't be surprised if Simeone plays the formation 10. Yeah, 10. 10 formation. Just 10 men in one line. You do
Won't
whatever
be
you want.
surprising. Won't be
Another
surprising at
shocking
all.
result was Villarreal against Bayern Munich. I mean, Villarreal today, they were absolutely superb against Bayern Munich. And I think they should have scored at least 2 or 3 goals. And they missed 1 or 2 easy chances. And Bayern Munich, they weren't given a sniff today. He didn't have a sniff today. And Villarreal, credits to Unai Emery. I think whatever you say about him, he is a street smart manager. And imagine with that squad, he's going toe to toe with Bayern Munich and even beating them. And it's going to be an interesting second leg. And let me just pull up Benzema's stats ever since Ronaldo left Madrid. So in 2018-19, 21 league goals and 30 overall in the season for Benzema. The season afterwards, same 21 league goals, but 27 total goals for him in that season. The season afterwards, again, 23 league goals, but 30 goals for the season. And this season, 24 league goals and 37 already. And the season is not even done. How many league games are left? Like 7, 6?
7 more games to go, yes.
Okay, assuming he gets even 5 goals minimum. Minimum 5 goals. So that's 42. And the Champions League, he could the next like maybe 1 semi-finals, 2, maybe final 3. So he's on course to 50 goals this season. And that is absolutely staggering for someone like him. I mean, where would you be without someone like him?
Exactly. After Ronaldo left, we were all looking around the dressing room as Madrid fans saying, okay, who's going to be the next man? Mbappe is going to come to Madrid sometime, but his signing is going to be really frustrating. Who is going to take the onus on their shoulders? And then came Karim Benzema. I think he said it to himself that, okay, I've been in this team for so long. I've been at this club. I've scored so many goals, and it's now my time to make sure that I take this bigger role at this club of, getting the best out of myself. And he did that quite rightly so. And his game has really improved over the past 2-3 years. When Ronaldo was playing, he would play at the right, preferably, and he would just dip in as the striker often, so that would really restrict Benzema and his movement around the pitch. But that has not been the case ever since Ronaldo left, and we have had a young winger on both the right and left with the likes of Asensio, Vinny Jr., etc. So now Benzema is more like your false nine, or someone who is always moving, trying to find pockets of space, and also digging deep inside the midfield, occasionally trying to find links between players. That is how Benzema has evolved over the past 2-3 seasons, and the results show for themselves. He's been quite the guy for Real Madrid over the past 2-3 seasons.
So that was about it. And Madrid are obviously on course, not only just in the Champions League, but they are on top of La Liga. They are now 10 points clear. Obviously, Barcelona have a game in hand, but 8 games to go in the season, and 5 wins would definitely secure another La Liga title for them, and they are well on course to do that. Chelsea, on the other hand, we slipped up against Brentford, and then now today, and although there are many things going behind the scenes, and I do think that is having an effect on the players. Hopefully, this gets resolved soon. um, of course, we do still have the FA Cup to play for, but we still need to dust ourselves and pick ourselves up again, to play better in the next 2 games, because games are coming thick and fast. You obviously have we have Southampton away this weekend, and then we have many other games coming. Obviously, we have the FA Cup semi-final against Crystal Palace next weekend. So games are coming thick and fast. There's no point to stand still. You have to pick yourself and then go again. But thanks, Manish Pro, for joining me. It's always a pleasure talking to you, be it cricket or football, and I definitely will have you on SRH game, CSK SRH. This game will most probably have Varun also, but
Mhm.
we'll figure out something. It should not take much time. So, and given that we all three of us are in US time zone, it should be much easier to coordinate timing. So
Right.
again, you can follow Manish on his Instagram handles. The links are in the description below. Very knowledgeable fan. I obviously knows his stuff. And if you're new to this channel itself, please like this video, subscribe, and do hit the bell notification to get notifications whenever I upload videos like this or go live. I'll be doing a lot more content coming up. I'm trying to do content for other teams, but because of the time zone I'm in, sometimes it's hard to catch the other games, and without catching it, you can't paint the whole story. So that's about it. And as I keep saying at the end of every single video, stay safe and wash them hands. Thanks, Manish Pro. See you soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prasanna Anna, for having me. And I've got to say this to all your viewers. You are the most passionate soccer and cricket fan that I've come across. And it's always a pleasure talking to you across any platform. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Means a lot. Thank you.